Is Rebel Galaxy just crappy Skyrim in space? Or is it an innovative space RPG that harkens back to classic space adventures like Wing Commander, Privateer, and others? Watch on and find out. My name is Thoraxe, and this is Strategy for Busy People. If you've got a few minutes, I'll tell you what to play. Rebel Galaxy by Double Dabbage Games makes me want to use that word that has become all too cliche lately. Irreverent. I've got about 1 hour and 40 minutes in this game. I've been playing video games for a long time, nearly 40 years. I've seen a lot of things come and go. When I saw Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, I thought it looked really cool. Here was a game that had a lot of the cool things of Elite Dangerous, but hopefully with less grind and more fun. Well, after quite a few hours in Outlaw, I reached a point where I had an important mission to do. I had a maxed out ship, and I just couldn't get the job done or was doing it wrong. After so many hours and having the best everything, I figured that space combat should be a piece of cake. But I just wasn't wiping the floor with the enemy. So I decided to quit, as should be no surprise to my regular viewers. Well, you might be wondering why I'm spending so much time talking about Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, which is actually a prequel to Rebel Galaxy. And that's because the games are essentially identical. Now, you might have a different opinion or think I'm crazy, but that's totally your problem and not mine. You can whine about it in the comments. Look, sure, Outlaw added space combat in 3 dimensions, and Rebel Galaxy has this quote-unquote naval vessels in space kind of frigate-style combat thing going on. And they're both interesting, but both games suffer from the exact same problems. The galaxy is small, and the number of systems is too. The difficulty of enemies ramps quickly once you get out of the relatively safe confines of the starting system. But the story in Rebel Galaxy is even more tired and uninspiring than the one in RGO. It was probably a mistake to play Rebel Galaxy Outlaw first, because going to Rebel Galaxy really makes you appreciate the small tweaks and changes that they made. The music in RGO is better, the graphics are better, but it's practically identical in nearly every other way but the space combat. The same guilds are there. The same systems are even there. The ships and upgrades all feel similar. The goods you can deal in are mostly similar. There's the same kind of star system faction stuff going on, where doing nice things for one faction makes the other hate you, and so on and so forth. And then I hit the same wall. I went through the story, trying to follow the main missions, and rapidly got to one where I was massively outmatched in the starting ship, getting my ass handed to me. Oh great, I'll need to upgrade. And suddenly, I was facing the same grindy path forward that I had already ground out in RGO. I was going to have to become a glorified pizza delivery person, shuttling goods back and forth across my little system. But it was even worse than RGO, because all the wikis for the game referred to the goods in RGO, and it was hard to find any details on the goods and systems in Rebel Galaxy. That meant I was going to have to do real work trying to keep track, to an extent, of the prices of goods and where to take them. And there really wasn't any fast travel system in Rebel Galaxy, a nice addition in RGO, so it was really going to suck. No thanks. Before I give my final verdict, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share with your friends. Agree with me, disagree with me, or want to see other content? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to support me in making more of these videos, become a patron on Patreon. Your support really makes a difference. The final verdict. Rebel Galaxy is a unique take on the space adventure privateer-ish genre in a few ways, but it leaves a lot to be desired with the grind, combat, and other aspects. If you're looking for a single-player space adventure with a story that you kind of control on a much smaller scale than something like Elite Dangerous, then this game might be for you. I just didn't find it all that compelling. On my trademarked 3-point score scale of avoid, meh, and I forgot to eat, I'm glad I played Rebel Galaxy Outlaw first, because it's better, despite both not being that great. The stove is beeping because I was trying to make a casserole while grinding out delivery runs of contraband.
Excellent.
Meh.